Okay, what up? So, folks, we're back. If you felt like we were gone, but like we were saying before, we refreshed. Champions League is back, guys. It's coming to the final stretch of the season, and Champions League can't be ignored at this point. Champions League, European football, all of that kind of thing, because there's more games for the teams. But I think in terms of the Champions League, it's the last 16 knockout rounds. Last season we saw Bayern Munich take this title. It is the biggest title to take, right, in terms of club football. So I think let's get into it. Let's look at a couple of the fixtures, and I think let's start at the English teams actually left in the Champions League. That hurts to say.
Yeah, we're all on the same boat, so it doesn't really matter.
Isn't it only Man City this year left? Or
It's
Chelsea?
Man City and Chelsea and Liverpool.
Oh,
And Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah. United dropped out, unfortunately. Let's start off at Manchester City, actually. Manchester City's last 16 tie will be against Mönchengladbach.
Borussia.
Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now we're seeing and these games are this week, right? Yeah. And we're seeing a Manchester City which is on form, 15, 16 wins in a row, all competitions.
I think Man City might be next week, guys, eh?
Yeah. Man City's on the 24th, sorry. But
Yes.
these rounds are coming up.
Football, yes.
This week is Barca and Liverpool and that. But let's start at City just as a preview, because City is obviously running away with the league. I think we keep waxing lyrical about them and will continue to do so. Do you think that's a hard tie for them, Mr. Potion?
I think if we look at City, when they played in their group stages, they won 5 games. City seems to have a point to prove for Champions League, because that's the one trophy that Pep wants more than anything. We all know it. Against Mönchengladbach, they've had some very entertaining fixtures. They pulled through second in that group.
Yeah.
They knocked out Shakhtar and Inter. So I think they were the underdogs in that group. Well, we'll call them a dark horse.
Yeah.
Because no one expected them to come out. As Shakhtar are seasoned Champions League, team. Mönchengladbach is a relatively new team with some exciting talent in the side. A very young team, actually, if you look at it. To tell you the truth, this could be a make or break game for City, because they struggle actually in the Champions League. They struggle to bring the dominance that they have in the English Premier League into the Champions League. I think it'll be a telling game for them, because these are traditionally the games that they might lose by mistake, by lack of concentration, by squad rotation. Because Pep likes making those random squad changes.
every week, yeah.
So I think he needs to take this game seriously. And the other thing that I'd like to point out that could be very telling for the game, I think he needs a seasoned player who's used to this. I don't think he has anyone who's a seasoned Champions League performer in this side.
This is why KDB is not king playmaker.
Yes, I think you can look at a Gundogan who had success in at Dortmund. You can look, who else? You can't really look at anyone
I
else.
think they've got Champions League experience. They don't have many, if at all, past winners. But
that's what I'm saying. It's just about, you need dogs in Champions League. Yeah. You need a dog.
But also it's the last 16 stage. I would share your opinion at quarter final, semi-final. Because then again, you've weaned out the lower.
Yeah.
For me, Mönchengladbach, I think I'd be very shocked if City doesn't go through. If it's even tight, I'd be shocked.
They gave Real Madrid hands.
Yeah.
Last season, eh?
No, this season.
Oh, yeah.
During qualifying.
Gave them hands.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think this is the time where Pep brings back Sergio Aguero. That's a player you need in the situation. A player who's a dog. So yeah, that's my view of it from City's perspective.
Yeah. Uncle Curtis, let's go on to another fixture. RB Leipzig versus Liverpool. RB Leipzig, second in the German Bundesliga, very good defense. Liverpool having the issues they've had now. I mean, I don't think there's any players coming back for Liverpool in that game. But do you expect that to be a tough tie?
A tough tie, yes. RB Leipzig on their day can beat any team with the high press. Just feel sorry for the German league, man. Bayern is just buying everybody's best player. They used to do it to Dortmund. Now they're doing it to RB Leipzig with Upamecano or whatever his name is.
Whoever's second.
Whoever's second, they take the best player. And I'm starting to feel like Bayern is that, it's like the rich brother in the family. All right? Who's out there who's got a younger brother or something like that. And then when he sees the rich brother sees that the younger brother's got a beautiful wife, he's on some,
This is Diddy, his son's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Exactly that.
And then he sample it to see how good as you say he is. If she's good, it might be your new stepmom and win a couple of championships with me. If not, I'll sell him right back to you and we can continue with life. So Bayern, that league needs to sort itself out. Bayern has too much dominance over there. And that dominance actually did also translate into Champions League. Because I saw that the manager they hired, Hansi Flick or whatever his name is, that man has won more trophies than he's lost games for Bayern. That's an outstanding stat. He's got 6 trophies, 5 losses. Pep was great. If Hansi Flick or whatever continues on this rate, we might have a new prodigy of a genius of a young man. I don't know how old he is. I'm assuming he's pretty young as a manager so far. So if he goes on to win Champions League again, Man City might get him and fire Pep. You never know. Football is it's a harsh game. Yeah, so we'll see how that game goes. But yeah, RB Leipzig, Liverpool. Is it home or away for Liverpool?
It's away in the first leg and then home, because Liverpool won their group. So it's away in the first leg and then it's at Anfield, second leg.
I'm just worried where they might get goals because Timo Werner left, but they could catch hands, Liverpool over there.
Yeah.
They could catch hands.
So Leipzig has the best defense in Germany. Right? Leipzig, they were in the group with United. They took the most unfair 5-0 loss you've probably ever seen. Like, they didn't play to lose. They didn't play the game that should lose 5-0, type of thing. But, good team, good defense. I think they've just confirmed Angelino, permanent signing. They've handed him the whole season from City. So I wonder, but keeping out Mo Salah is a different kettle of fish. So I wonder. I think it'll be a tight one. Mr. Potion, how you seeing it?
To tell you the truth, I actually feel bad for Liverpool right now because I think this is a telling point in the season. This is where they need
Liverpool's game is this week, yeah.
Yes. I think that this is where they need to get their priorities straight. Would they prefer to fight in the league and see how the league goes? Or would they prefer to try fight for a Champions League victory? Because of the injuries, I don't think they can do both. I'm not sure if they're still I don't think they're in FA Cup. I'm actually not sure.
No, United knocked them out.
Yes, United knocked them out. I think for them, that's the best thing that could have happened. Right now, you've got 2 competitions that I'm sure they value. I don't think they can compete in both. I don't think they can compete in both.
Just don't have the squad anymore.
Yes, they don't have the squad.
So Leipzig, tough game, do you think?
Tough game.
It's a very tough game. What's also going to add on to the tough games is the next Premier League fixture.
Sure.
So I don't think Leipzig has that problem.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool does.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big test, but I think if they keep going in the Champions League, it's going to affect Premier League performances.
And then the top 4 race now. As it stands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I'm curious to see what Julian Nagelsmann will wear. He's actually a snappy dresser, their manager.
Yeah.
Going on to the third of the English teams left in the Champions League. Chelsea, a game against Atletico Madrid.
Suarez is going to give Chelsea hands.
Suarez, João Felix, and all of that band behind him, Thomas Lemar, and this is a Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel has just taken over. He's only a couple games in. He's probably still feeling his way out. The new manager bounce, as we said earlier. Mr. Potion, Chelsea, Atletico Madrid. Who's favourites for you? Before we get into the game, who's favourites?
I think if you look at league positions, it's a no-brainer. It's Atletico. They're number one in their league. Chelsea is struggling to find their way. They just fired a new coach. But in the same breath, if you look at Chelsea's coach, i.e. Thomas Tuchel, who was just in the Champions League final last season.
Yeah.
So clearly he's got the right thing, the pedigree and the intestinal fortitude to get him there. I don't know if that's the phrase.
I don't know. That word was so big, it flew past my head here. I just said, okay.
They used to like using it. They used to like using it in wrestling, in WWE. I used to be young and hear it. I was just trying to remember what it was, but I think that is the phrase. But yeah, I think that's, Thomas Tuchel can take them there. If we look last season, we thought, after Atletico knocked out Liverpool, we thought, okay, these are the new champions. And then I think they bowed out to Atalanta. If memory serves me correct.
Because they got knocked out even before the COVID, stopped all the leagues and all of that.
Yes. So I think,
what was that? Last 16 or quarters?
Yeah, I'll do a little bit of checking right now.
While you have a look, Mr. Uncle Curtis, Atletico, Chelsea, who would you say is favourites?
The team whose defence trumps that day, and I think it's going to be Atletico. They back to not conceding goals. They concede one. They'll concede one, but now they got a proven goal scorer in Luis Suarez. Ronald Koeman, what he was doing when he got off Suarez, dumbest mistake ever.
Yeah.
Dumbest mistake ever. You should have kept that player as a transition player, even if you didn't want him, but it was a dumb decision because now Atletico are walking away with La Liga.
Yeah.
And that's because they got Suarez. You basically improved your opponents. I remember, it's an example when United, Liverpool wanted Gabriel Hansen. And who's this? Ferguson is like, nah, I'm not selling you to Liverpool.
Said he wouldn't even give them a cold.
And then I think he went to like a championship club and then to Madrid or something like that. But he's like, I am not selling you to Liverpool. And that's what Barcelona should have done. I don't care if you were trying to get rid of a player, but do not sell to your rival to improve. Because now what did you do? You gave Atletico the lead, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'll give that to Atletico because if Atletico score a goal, they will not concede. They kept out Liverpool last season.
Yes, I just found the results. It wasn't actually Atalanta who knocked out Atletico. It was RB Leipzig. Atalanta in that same quarterfinal.
In semis then?
No, that was quarters. Because remember, they just made it one leg last season due to COVID.
Okay. Yes,
so
this was leading up to the mini tournament that was in Germany. Lisbon. Anyway, one of them was.
Yeah, I can't remember what country it was, but essentially it was just a one-shot game, and then Leipzig knocked out Atletico.
Yeah, so I think obviously it's going to be a tight one, and we're saying to Atletico, but Chelsea has the benefit of having the second leg at home. So Chelsea can sort of go to Wanda Metropolitano and try to get a 0-0 draw or try to, basically they bring them back to the bridge. Does that give Chelsea any sort of advantage?
In the famous words of Andrew Robertson last season, we'll see Atletico back at Anfield. What happened? Nothing. This is the literal, guys. If they don't want to concede, they will not concede.
Yeah. Listen, one of the toughest defenses, I think, in Europe.
Yeah.
They've got one of the best goalkeepers for a couple of seasons.
Jan Oblak.
Jan Oblak. Yeah. One of the fiercest back rows. I don't know how they managed to keep doing it.
With changes.
Yes, even with changes. They'd lost Diego Godin. We thought, that's not going to happen. They managed to slot someone else in. They lost a notable left back.
Hernandez, the one that went to Bayern.
Yes, they lost a notable. Yes. They lost a notable left back. They slotted someone in. I'm not sure the guy is. He's a Brazilian guy. I'll take his name, but essentially it seems as though there's a system that's in place there.
I have to give the recruitment team at Atletico props. At one stage, they were getting every talented striker.
Sure.
They had Fernando Torres is from there.
Aguero's
from there. There's another top
Diego
striker. Forlan was there at one stage. There's another top striker that was there that came from within and went to another top European side. But they have strikers. And then goalkeepers, they've had decent goalkeepers as well.
De Gea, All Black now. The Real Madrid guy, ex-Chelsea. Courtois.
You see? So it's not by chance when you're doing that. When it's happening season after season, time after time, it's something wrong. And it looks like ex-Tottenham player Kieran Trippier
They've
made the right decision.
That's exactly what I was
going to get a championship.
So guys, just before we go on to the rest of the fixtures, the English teams, any of them for semi-final stage? So obviously this is last 16. They'll have a quarter. Do you see any of these English teams hitting the semi-final mark?
This season, no.
Not even City?
No. It depends who they get in the quarters, but no.
I'd actually say that, I think City will do it because, looking at their position in the league, they can actually decide to rest players and pursue Champions League.
Yeah.
So, out of the teams there, I think they're most likely to be in semis.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you guys on that, man, but, one thing
defense. They don't concede goals. If you don't concede goals, you're not getting knocked out.
Yeah. But, one thing that, other leagues do very well to support their teams in the Champions League. If they come up against Real Madrid in the quarterfinal, Madrid will, the Spanish FA will have no problem moving a Madrid game to a Friday to give them an extra day.
Fair point.
Any of these English teams will play
Sunday at 3:00. We
don't care.
So it's small things like that will make a huge difference.
They have their own money to worry about.
So guys, I want to go on to probably the tie of the last 16, a game that actually has quite a bit of history between the two teams itself, and has a young thing bubbling under with talks of Lionel Messi. But Barcelona versus PSG, right? Barcelona versus PSG. I think they've met each other a couple of times in the knockout stages. This is famously that tie where Barcelona overturned what was it, a 4-0?
Yeah, they won 6-1, and the ref gave a couple of controversial penalties and free kicks.
Yeah.
He's still not allowed back into European competition. Just read an article today even. It's the German ref, still refs at top German level, but they told him to start giving interviews. He's banned from giving interviews about that game.
How much percentage does referees enter your search history?
How much? Referees decide games, man. These guys decide games. If I had my way, one day in the future, we must get autonomous robots to ref games. I'll trust them more than I trust humans right now because Mike Dean is out there celebrating Tottenham goals against Arsenal, against Aston Villa. So let's get the robots in. Let's see who the best team is there.
But Mr. Potion, PSG Barcelona. PSG last season beaten in the final. This is obviously a PSG team that still has the stars. Neymar, Mbappe, Marco Verratti, that kind of thing. Barcelona, who's going through change, but this is still Messi's team. Young players coming in. I'm sure Ansu Fati is not back for this game, but there's Trincao, there's Pedri. There's still the Barcelona team that we're used to, but it's still the Barcelona team that lost
Messi 8. Picking up form.
Hey?
Messi picking up form.
Messi picking up form. Now, PSG has the first leg away from home at Barca, and then the second leg at home. Mr. Potion, how are you seeing this game?
PSG is gonna get bashed, guys.
Gonna get bashed?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, PSG is not even winning their own league.
They got Cyril Pochettino in that team, man.
They've got Pochettino, who is actually struggling to find form in this in that league. I don't see Pochettino doing anything in Europe. He's never done anything in Europe. Even in the season where he took Tottenham to the final, he made some stupid decisions where I look at it and think to myself that, I don't think this guy's ready. So, okay, I'll elaborate on the stupid decisions. How do you put a guy who has a hat trick on your bench? You bring back someone Did he bring back Harry Kane, I think?
He brought back Harry Kane.
Yes,
He brought back Harry Kane. I don't know why.
Lucas Moura got a hat-trick in the semi-final for Spurs to get them into the final.
Yes, this was, I think, 2 seasons ago. So essentially, you look at decisions like that and you think to yourself, this guy might not be Champions League built. I understand it was Harry Kane. I understand it was your best player in the team, but
Should have benched Son.
he probably should have. But you look at stupid mistakes that he made and you think to yourself, is this guy ready? Especially not managing a powerhouse like PSG. Look at the money he has. He's got arguably the player who's a top 3 best player in the world, Neymar. Next new generation best player with Mbappe, and you can't win French league. Come on,
he's out there. Mbappe hasn't been scoring that.
He just took over, guys. Remember, Tuchel got fired. Tuchel, that's now Chelsea manager. The league position and all of these things is more Tuchel than it is Pochettino.
They were still leading the league.
Eh?
They were still leading the league when Tuchel got fired.
Sure, but just coming back to this game, Uncle Curtis, two Potion's point about a manager that has maybe made decisions that haven't led him great in terms of Champions League. Barcelona's manager is Ronald Koeman. As a manager, he doesn't have much Champions League pedigree either. At least Pochettino's been to a final. At least, I'm saying, compared to Ronald Koeman, who obviously as a player did fantastic things with Barca, but as a manager, this is the guy with Southampton and Everton on his CV.
He did well at the Netherlands. International. I'll compare that to Champions League. Almost like to me. Pochettino. Spurs.
Did he go to a tournament though? I think he did well in terms of qualifiers. Did he take them to a tournament?
I think it was during that Nations League thing.
Yeah, he did do well. I think they might have lost the Nations. I don't know how far they got in the Nations.
Nations League, I remember.
Beating the final.
Yeah, they beat Netherlands. Yeah,
took them to a final, so
but I think they did actually go through. But that was that time where Netherlands was going through a restructuring phase.
Fair enough.
And essentially, Ronald Koeman actually did get that going. Because I think traditionally, since the Arjen Robben days, Netherlands has struggled with big personalities. So it seems as though Ronald Koeman brought back that thing where he knows how to deal with the big personalities.
Fair enough. Now he took that and he's come into Barca. Is Barca firing?
Huh?
Is Barca firing this season?
Fair point.
Is Koeman's Barca showing you something that's making you think this is the same Barca that lost 8-2 last season? Well, it's not even the same actually. There's Trincao, there's Pedri, there's...
I even hear you on that, but to my point, it's Pochettino.
So, okay, so who's taking this game for you? Predictions. This is the tie of the
first leg,
Barca.
First leg, Barca. Second leg?
Draw.
So Barca go through.
I think Barca's taking everything.
Okay. Sure. I'm not sure, but I want to see what PSG do in this one. I think PSG can cause an upset, if it's even an upset. But let's go into another Spanish powerhouse. Real Madrid's going to go up against Atalanta. Now, this may be a game for the hipsters out there. Because Atalanta's kind of like Leeds in the Premier League, you know what I mean? People's second team type of thing because of their attacking football and that kind of thing. Real Madrid under Zidane, hot and cold this season, but coming back a little bit there. Let me start at who should I start at? Let me start at flip a coin here. Mr. Potion, Real Madrid, Atalanta. Go.
I think it would be very, very stupid of me to cut out Real Madrid from this conversation because I mean they went on to win the Champions League so many times in the past couple of years.
In a row.
Yes, they won three under Zidane. Yes,
Might Zidane be doing a Jordan? Leaving, coming back and showing you how to do this.
Yeah, fair point.
Do it again, yeah.
That's why I say you can't.
He played baseball. Zidane was out there.
Out there in Qatar, dog, just doing who knows what in Qatar.
So I think if you look at Real Madrid, you can't take take them lightly. They're still a European giant. Atalanta, looking at their form in the Serie A, I think they're in front of Juventus. They're 6th place. Not so great in terms of performances. I think Madrid will take this. They may have a couple of struggles. Maybe in this first game, it might go down to a draw. Maybe a draw or a close win from Madrid. But I think Madrid at home is going to smash these guys.
Uncle Curtis, I think Sergio Ramos recently is getting surgery and that, so I think he's missing this game. Real Madrid without Sergio Ramos, their form tends to be patchy. As much as we all say about Sergio Ramos, without him, it genuinely tends to be a different game. Real Madrid, Atalanta, with the context of no Sergio Ramos.
If Atalanta score in the first 15 minutes, they're going to win that game 3-0. That's the way I view it. Generally, when they score in the first half, it's their day. They're going to put 3-4 past an opponent. All right. I think over the weekend,
Atalanta can score.
Over the weekend, they beat Caligari 1-0, thanks to an 89th minute winner from Muriel.
Muriel,
if I'm not mistaken, that Brazilian player over there. So with Atalanta, flip a coin. On the day, if they decide to play, they're going to play. They're going to give hands to whatever team it is. Flip a coin. If it lands the other way, they're going to lose 2-0 or 3-0 or 4-0.
Sure.
I think they lost 4-0 to some team. And I was like, but how? How? Because it was some stupid team. So Atlanta, just flip a coin on the day. See who you get.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to give this one to Real Madrid, but I think it will be tighter than we expect, because I think Real Madrid is more of a unit than the stars they used to be and that kind of thing. I mean, now who's the standout really at Real Madrid?
Yeah, fair point.
It's the unit that goes on. Let's go on to last season's champions, the current holding champions, FC Bayern. FC Bayern is going up against Lazio from Italy. FC Bayern obviously have the title. They still have Lewandowski. They added Sané this season. They've already confirmed Upamecano for next season. Upamecano for next season. This is still that Bayern who in the Bundesliga they let you score twice just to test themselves. You think they'll trip up here, Mr. Posh?
To tell you the truth, I don't understand why we're having this conversation. Let's just put Bayern in the final, guys.
Sure.
Seriously, I think let's just put Bayern in the finals. It's unfair. They've just been building up that side for so long, and now it's near perfect. I see Haaland ending up there at some point. But yeah, bro, like, come on, bro.
They still even have the time to give Sané grief.
Yeah.
They don't even need him. They're like, this guy's not doing well.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, to tell you the truth, I think first leg, I could see a 2-0. Second leg, maybe like
7.
No, I don't think they'll give a 7. They might just give maybe even a 2 or 3, just to make them feel maybe 3-4-1.
Yeah,
just to let them see, the world see that they're human.
Yeah, concede
1 goal, but yeah.
Uncle Curtis.
Yeah, like Thomas Muller says. They got Lewandowski over there at Bayern. But it is what it is. I generally see them winning that tie. It's Lazio. Lazio are 7th in Serie A, and they have not been great. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that one's kind of, well, in our opinion, a foregone conclusion. I'd love to see an upset there. I'd genuinely love to see an upset.
For football's sake, no.
For football's sake, you wouldn't want to see an upset?
No, because what's Lazio going to do? Go give the Champions League to Man City? No.
So you prefer to see Bayern?
Of my boy Serge. Gnabry over there.
Yeah,
fair enough. Success.
Fair enough.
Black German player busy dominating leagues. Love to see it.
Right. Let's go on to the other teams which we consider strong. Juventus is up against Porto. Right? Now Juventus, I think they've won Serie A 8 times in a row or such. But this season not so strong. Currently sitting in 4th, is transition in the team. Porto, I'm not too sure where they are in the league, but it's Sporting Lisbon at the top of the Portuguese league.
Yes.
Andrea Pirlo up in this one. I don't think this one's a foregone conclusion. There's still Cristiano Ronaldo here, Mr. Potion.
I think the only advantage that Juventus has at the moment is they have Cristiano Ronaldo. The difference that Juventus has from last season is that they have a new coach. A new coach who's decided to experiment, which is not worked out so well for them in the Serie A.
Yeah.
You look at him, he's brought in some young talents. A lot of players on loan. There wasn't much in the crop in terms of free transfers this season. Juventus normally feeds on those type of players. Yes, that's their normal stomping ground where they feed on the free transfers. But I also think an important thing as well that made Juventus go this route is that Juventus now is having some financial troubles due to signing
Ramsey's wages.
Yes, due to outrageous wages. So it's something that's, a challenge in the team. You look at Porto, classically, Porto has produced some great talent.
Yeah.
They'll normally go with unconventional players that aren't household names, but they seem to have talent. For the first leg, I'll call it a draw because I feel as though the teams will weigh each other out to see how they'll perform. Second leg, I'll give it to Juventus. Purely because they've got one man in that team who knows how to do this year in and year out.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a close game, a close leg, but I feel as though Juventus will take this. Not comfortably, but they'll take it.
Uncle Curtis, what's your take? And I will remind you to add in that hindsight is 2020.
If I'm going to go according to last season, Juventus might do something stupid and lose that game. Like they lost it to Lyon last year. You cost me 42 grand last year, Juventus. 42 grand. I am never trusting you ever again.
Which Marshall Nielsen did you go to?
Nah, though. I put a 50 rand bet on a 17-leg bet.
Yeah.
I saw Liverpool losing to Atletico. Yeah, everything was going great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was 6 grand up. Then I saw Juventus Olympique Lyon.
Easy.
I'm like, they should win this.
Yeah.
Easy. First half, they go 1-0 down. I'm like, they should still win it. Should I take my 3K cash out? Chris didn't. Second half, they took away the cash out. Juventus cost me 42 grand. But it is what it is. It was only 50 rand, guys. Gambling is addictive. Don't do it. But yeah, Juventus should win that game. Porto is not doing the greatest in the league. Sporting Lisbon looks like they invested the money they got from Man United for Bruno Fernandes. Benfica is also not doing the greatest in the league. So the two traditionally top teams are not doing well. So it's one of those things I generally see. What you call this thing? Juventus winning.
Juventus taking out.
Be stupid and lose.
Okay, fair enough. And then the last of the last 16 games, which we're covering is Sevilla Dortmund. Now, Sevilla doing all right under Julian Lopetegui. Remember, Julian Lopetegui is that Spanish coach that was supposed to take Spain to the World Cup. And then he agreed a deal with Real Madrid. So they said, no, you're fired. And then he went on to Real Madrid and Real Madrid fired him within 3 months. So rebuilding his reputation there at Sevilla, good team up against, Dortmund, who were familiar with their names, Haaland, Sancho, Giovanni Reina, 17 in that, but not doing so well in the league. Uncle Curtis, let me start at you. Sevilla, Dortmund. How are you seeing this game?
It'll be a close game. Sevilla don't concede a lot.
Sevilla, kings of the Europa League. Sevilla in the Champions League.
So I'd say I'm going to go for a draw in the first leg. Dortmund is going to give them hands at home.
Dortmund give them hands?
Yeah, they'll give them hands. Haaland, when Haaland plays, Dortmund win.
Yeah.
So if Haaland is playing, Dortmund are going to win. That man, no backlift with that shot. It's deadly.
That man hits.
Yeah, you saw what they did to PSG in the first leg last season.
Yeah.
They couldn't finish off the game. So which is why I say if the second leg is at home for Dortmund, Dortmund is taking it home.
I'm giving this tie to Sevilla, actually. Mr. Potion, how are you seeing this tie? Sevilla Dortmund.
I think if we look at Sevilla's performances in Europe, they've consistently done well.
In this competition, though.
That's the other point. Is that in this competition, this is new grounds for them.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, you look at Dortmund, who's traditionally done well in this tournament, but yet they're struggling this season. I think this is probably going to be I won't say the game of the season, not the game of this leg, but the entertaining fixture.
Right.
I think we might have a lot of goals in this fixture.
This one is
it's minus Bayern, obviously, because they're going to kill Lazio. But I think this is the team these are the two teams that are going to keep us entertained.
Right. All right, guys. So that's the last 16 of the Champions League. I think for the sake of our health,
yes,
we need to talk about a few selected fixtures in the Europa League. Right? Yes. We'll just touch on one or two. Surprise, which ones they are. I think, guys, should we start at the United game or the Arsenal game? I'll let you guys decide.
I think let's start by... Okay.
They started?
Let's start.
All right. So Arsenal in the last 32 of the Europa League. Arsenal's tie is away, is at Benfica. So first game away at Benfica, second game at home, at home.
At the Emirates, yes.
At the Emirates. So Arsenal versus Benfica, guys. How are we feeling? Let me leave this to the two Arsenal fans.
Benfica have got, what's this player over there? They've got the former Spurs player, Vertonghen over there. They got a couple of decent players at Benfica, but they're struggling in the league. Same as Arsenal, they're struggling in the league, but Arsenal are struggling to a worse extent. But it's the Premier League, and we playing on neutral ground, both legs. So both legs, yeah.
Oh, really?
We are not allowed. England don't allow flights to Portugal, in or out.
Oh, okay.
So, and even for the first leg, we are paying Benfica £42,000 because of the inconvenience of them having to play a fixture away from their home stadium, because their country didn't block England teams from coming to the country. It's England blocking any sort of contact with Portuguese teams. So first leg is at Greek stadium in Olympiacos, somewhere stadium over there, I forget. So in my understanding, if Arsenal turn up, they'll win, like they were turned up in the first half of the Europa League campaign.
What makes them turn up?
What makes them turn up? That is not the league, and they've been doing well in European competition.
No, but you're saying if Arsenal turn up, what do Arsenal do when they turn up? Maybe that's a better question. So if Arsenal turn up, what happens?
They play like they played against Leeds. They press in, the interplay is better. Not even pressing, just the interplay. If Arsenal attack with Pepe or Aubameyang, like Zed, Saka, we do well, generally. Right? We got Odegaard now over there. So it's away from you. You know, sometimes competition give you the distraction of being away from where your problems are. Our problem is the league. If we win the Europa League, I'll be happy, but I generally see us going through that tie narrowly. I do not see Arteta making up the same. I don't see the players making the same mistake of losing to Olympiacos like last season, where that owner gave our manager COVID. So it is what it is. We'll see what it is, but I generally expect Arsenal to win that time.
All right. Mr. Potion, Arsenal at Benfica lost 32 of the Europa League. How you seeing this fixture?
I think it depends who he plays.
The confidence, boys. Depends.
I think if we look at this, besides the Olympiacos and PSV game, I think this is probably one of the most challenging games in this round. Okay, Lille, yes, Lille and
European.
Yeah, Lille and Ajax as well. It's one of the more challenging games. But I think if you look at those fixtures, you think to yourself, yeah, Arsenal has the tougher fixtures in this round. If Arteta decides that he's going to carry on with this campaign and push Willian, I don't see us going far.
If Willian starts, I'm on the right. Catching the plane, I'm right.
I think most likely he will start. And then
I'll take that COVID South African variant to England for punishment against Willian starting.
So I think it like everything, it depends on that. It also depends if Willian maybe wakes up and decides, hey.
Is there confidence? I hear it depends on things, but are you confident?
I wouldn't say I'm confident. I'm saying that anything could happen. It's Benfica. It's a good side. If you come and you play around, they're going to show you. But yeah, that's as far as I can say, is that it all depends on who we play.
And I mean, Europa League, there's a caveat: the winner gets a place in the Champions League.
Yes.
Right. So, do you guys expect Arteta to take this seriously? Because you're saying if Willian plays,
I hope he does. But looking at who he played against Leeds, that kind of shows me who he's going to play this Thursday.
Yeah, changes.
Yes, Willian rested, but he came on in the 62nd minute.
Yeah.
So, which possibly means that Willian could play for maybe a half and then come off for someone else, or entirely not play, which would be great news for me. But it all depends. You don't know what's in Arteta's mind.
Yeah. Look, from my side, I think Arsenal will get through this game comfortably. I think 2 clear goals in the aggregate score. Arsenal goes through. Just now on speaking of the other teams in this other English team, in this draw of the last 32, Man United is playing against Real Sociedad. I think I'll maybe start there. I think Real Sociedad is a tough game to play. There's David Silva there. There's, I will pronounce his name terribly, but Ozia Rabul or something like that.
Yes, Ozia Balag.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. So a tough team. They started La Liga well, but and it's a tough game to play. I think Man United will go through not purely because we're a better team than them. And the second leg is at home. So from a expectation point of view, we know it never works out like that. But from an expectation point of view, I expect to see, United go through. I think this is the type of game where we'll see a Greenwood step up. Jesus Christ, there's a Fred playing. But it's in European football. I've seen the best performances from Fred in the Europa League.
European football is a different game.
His physicality won't get pulled out.
Yes, so I think you might be right there. Sociedad have had a good season, but traditionally in the European competitions, I don't remember any notable performances from them. So I would go for you guys in this fixture.
Yeah.
Depending on
the Basque team.
Yes, depending on if you guys face any mistakes. But I don't think you guys will face any mistakes.
Yeah. Uncle Curtis?
United to win. Hate to say. And United to win so they can continue dropping in the league position.
Okay. And then a quick roundup to the other English teams. Tottenham playing against Wolfsburg.
Not the Wolfsburg we know.
Not the German Wolfsburg that we know.
One.
Against a team we're not even too sure. It sounds like another team we know. Would we expect a Tottenham win? I expect a Tottenham win.
Tottenham.
And then maybe just lastly, Leicester City against Sparta Prague.
It'll be a tough game.
Yeah,
right? They won't win their way.
It doesn't really have a European history. You know what I mean? But there's James Maddison, Wilfred Ndidi, Jamie Vardy. I see Leicester. I choose Leicester.
Traditionally, English teams struggle when they go to that Eastern European team with Slavia Prague.
Yeah.
So, or Sparta Prague, I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
So it could be a tough game.
And also, if you look at it, you think to yourself, does Brendan Rodgers take the gamble? He'd rather probably fight for top 4.
Because this is the period last season, top 4, where they just started to nosedive.
Yes.
Not because of European football, obviously, but this is the period where they started to nosedive.
Yeah.
So does he say consolidate?
I think he might look at Premier League and fight for Premier League pace. And fight to get back into Champions League.
But this tie, do you see it being tricky?
Yeah,
maybe it's a hard one to predict.
I think tricky.
But is it tricky?
Tricky is the right word. Is the right word.
All right. So guys, that's the European roundup. Thank you for indulging us. We had to get into the Europa League for the sake of the cohesion on this podcast and for this general state of happiness. But guys, once again, thank you so much for being with us. Remember to like, subscribe, everything, do whatever it is for whatever platform that you're on, that you're viewing us on. Guys, it's been another great episode. Uncle Curtis.
It's Uncle Curtis over here. Rap career starting very soon. Instagram influencer, bad.
Drop us a 16 soon.
Yeah, we'll drop the 16 soon. Go out there and steam your faces, guys. Get your money up. Streams going up. But yeah, peace out, guys.
Mr. Potion.
Alright, guys.
Our local DMX.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us again this week. I'd also like to add, actually give us a follow on our social media pages. I think we're on Instagram and we're on Twitter. There's always something interesting or controversial said there. Not necessarily controversial, but entertaining. So yeah, give us a follow there as well.
Okay. And I'm Lucas. I will leave you with these wise words. Hindsight is 2020. Peace out, guys.
Right. Cheers, guys.
All
right.
We hasn't betting my league.